Hi, everybody. Coming up on 5:30 on what has just been a gorgeous sunny Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill coming to you from the Vancouver, Portland area. This is my live camera network, which is a part of my weather site, portlandweather.com. But definitely a day that it's worth starting off and just enjoying the beauty of the Pacific Northwest. There's Tillamook Head from up at Gearhart. There's the Channel House's view of downtown Depot Bay. I love that little spot on 101. Cathedral Ridge Winery out in Hood River. Not a cloud in the sky over the Dundee Hills. There's Camas Meadows Golf Course, the Oregon Garden Resort getting down to the valley. Over in Sun River, you can just see Bachelor sticking up right there. Gorgeous sunny day. Well, a little bit of cloudiness, kind of partly cloudy at 1,500 feet, getting up into the Cascades at the Mount Hood Oregon Resort. They had frost on the golf course image this morning. Oregon City, there's Elk Ridge Golf Course out in the Columbia River Gorge and Carson, looking back in the mountains on the Oregon side. Aspen Lakes, Three Sisters, just gorgeous weather. Downtown Portland, the Inn at Otter Crest down Lincoln County, south of Depot Bay. Everybody just enjoying beautiful weather. So the big story today in part was how cold was it, right? So let's go ahead and let me see if I can back this map up. And all right, let me just play this. Okay. So Portland, the low has been corrected to 39, Hillsboro 32, 35 up in Vancouver. The low temperature this morning in Salem corrected to 32 degrees. This is going to play over again. Hillsboro got down to 32. I know that you folks in Dallas got down to 32. Battleground got down to 32. Tillamook was freezing. You see Tillamook right there at 30 degrees. It's going to play over again. Cannon Beach was actually 29 degrees. So maybe it was frosty where you are, maybe it wasn't, but the forecast certainly verified for quite a few frosty freezing spots out there this morning as expected. I had forecasted 35 in downtown Portland. Downtown Portland was 37. So that was a good forecast. And again, PDX out along the river was one of the warmer spots, getting down to 39 degrees. Quick little snapshot of climatology. This is site specific for PDX, the airport in Portland. Last year, the final season freeze happened back on March 16th. So far this year, and it looks like this will stand, I don't see any further chances for the airport location in Portland to get down to freezing. So it's looking likely that the final freeze of this kind of late winter spring season is going to end up being March 8th. The average number of April days, by the way, in Portland, where we get down to 32 or colder, is 1. Technically, the average is 0.7. So some Aprils we see a freezing day, some we don't. Would be unusual to have many more than 1 or 2. Looks like we're not going to have any this April, which will be none over the last couple of years. The record latest season freeze, meaning if you open up the record book for Portland, when is the latest in the season you find a 32-degree temperature? May 2nd is the answer to that question. And the average final freeze, March 28th, I often say right around April 1st. Now, we have had, in parts of the valley, freezing temperatures as late as May 7th, I think even May 10th. But certainly once you reach mid-April, the opportunity for freezing temperatures quickly becomes fewer and fewer. So, kind of roll the dice. I'm one of those people that said, well, you don't put out hanging baskets until May 1st or Mother's Day. You don't plant grass seed until the soil temperature gets a chance to get up to 50 degrees. And that's usually May 1st or a little bit later. So that's kind of where we are in the season right now. I do want to show you projected temperatures for tomorrow morning. This is the National Blended Model. This will be 5 a.m. in the morning. The lowest temperature probably going to be in the 6 o'clock hour again tomorrow morning. The show's around 40 in Portland, 38 down in Salem and Albany, 39 up in Kelso Longview, mid-30s up in Seattle. So here's the deal. Winds are going to be fairly light tonight and maybe fairly light into tomorrow morning with very clear skies. The dew point tomorrow morning, which is a good barometer to see how cold you could be, is 32. But the deal is the overall batch of air is getting warmer, and that does matter to some degree. So I still think it's at least possible. If you were one of the colder spots this morning, you could be at least low to mid 30s, and maybe there will be a 32-degree spot or two tomorrow morning. It certainly won't be as widespread or scattered as it was today. And then the warm-up is on tomorrow. This shows at 5 o'clock, 67 degrees. I like Portland hitting 70 tomorrow. Shows low 60s up in Seattle. Shows 70, 74 down in the southwestern corner of our state. About 65 in Tillamook. Wow. And then you get into Friday morning, there's virtually no chance for any areas to be freezing here on the west side of Oregon and Washington, because by then the air mass is really much, much warmer and the east winds will be blowing. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. That's why you see low temperatures Friday morning, generally at 40 or better in Oregon, and generally upper 30s in Washington up into the Seattle area. And then Friday afternoon should be the warmest temperature of the week. I'm showing 73 for Portland. This shows 69, 71, 74 down south of Eugene, 77 down in southwestern Oregon, upper 60s around Seattle, and then 68 in Tillamook. Wow. So this next graphic here is the wind. The wind looks like it may not pick up until we get into the morning hours of tomorrow from the east. And remember, an east wind, if it goes all the way to the coast, and this will, basically takes away the cooling of the Pacific waters. So the coast is often the same temperature as the valley. So meaning if Portland hits 70 tomorrow, there could be a 70-degree temperature in Seaside, for example. So we'll see. This is 5 o'clock in the morning. Winds are still pretty light. This shows peak gusts of 6 to 10. Not much. Where it's colored, you start getting into some wind gusts. So let me go ahead and just take this into the afternoon hours. This is tomorrow afternoon at 5 p.m. We've got gusts now 20, 21, maybe the 25 in the gorge. This shows gusts 14, 15, 16 in the valley, 17 over at the coast, 13 up in Astoria. I think the reality is there could be some 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming into the Willamette Valley tomorrow. This will be in areas that typically get in east winds, not going to be everywhere. Then there could be some 30-plus mile-per-hour winds in the gorge. The models were showing, yeah, here's some of the windiest weather. This is Friday morning. Now we've got gusts in the West Gorge, 33, maybe even 40 miles per hour. And windy, and certainly in the eastern part of Multnomah County out toward the gorge. Some winds all the way into the Tillamook County. There's 22-mile-per-hour gust. And if I play this into Friday afternoon, here we are, 5 p.m. The winds generally calming down, but still breezy to gusty in the gorge, as you can see. But then by the time we get to Saturday, now the winds are variable, and there's actually kind of a south-southwest wind flow. This does show some breezes picking up Saturday, but it would be from the south-southwest to about 20 miles per hour. Those winds picking up ahead of our next chance of rain, which is what I want to talk about. Basically, most of us clear tonight, clear tomorrow, clear Friday, still perhaps sunny even when we wake up Saturday morning. Watching the chance of some showers out here in northeastern Washington and extreme northeastern Oregon. This is tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Now, remember, here on the west side, skies are just going to be clear. Then you can see there's some showers out across the east starting to pop tomorrow. Here's Friday. No more precip out on the east side. You see the numbers didn't move, so completely dry in our area on Friday. Still clear here in Portland, Salem, Vancouver, and mostly clear up in Seattle. Now we're getting into Saturday afternoon. Here we are Saturday afternoon at 5 p.m. Now we've got some showers that have hit the coast, over 1/10 of an inch of rain. And all of a sudden you see the gray. Let me just back this up to, this is like Saturday late morning. I think we're dry Saturday noon. And then we get into the afternoon hours on Saturday, an increasing chance of starting to pick up some light showers. This shows a trace to maybe 4 or 5 1/100ths of an inch of rain in western Oregon, and just a trace to about 3 1/100ths of an inch of rain up in Seattle, maybe some light rain out in the gorge. So not much. Most forecast models are now showing what I've been tracking for several days, at least the decent chance of getting some measurable light precip amounts Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening into Saturday night. Now, again, this is the European model. Here's Sunday morning. Yeah, this picked up. Let me see here. I'm just trying to play with the totals. Okay. So the European model likes a lingering chance of some light rain on Sunday. Now, I will tell you, there are other models, and quite frankly, when you look at the European raw data, you figure there's a good chance it will be dry on Sunday. So to me, yeah, some showers in the area Saturday afternoon, evening. I think Sunday's still up for grabs. Maybe there's a rain that comes in a little bit, but I think there's a 50-50 shot that Sunday's dry if you have plans. Here are the temperatures. 5 o'clock this afternoon, 63 in Salem, 64 in Portland. My forecast high for Portland was 64. Looks like we're either going to be 64, 65, maybe 66 when the final report comes out for the highs today. And with everybody looking sunny, really the next couple of days, with the exception of the far eastern showers tomorrow, I just want to show you my 7-day updated for Portland, courtesy of Hazeldale Tire Pros. 70 tomorrow, the east winds, maybe the 25 in spots in the valley. Same thing on Friday, although Friday, I think there could be some 30 to 40 mile per hour east wind gusts in the West Gorge, remember, 73. I've got 40 in downtown Portland tonight, 46 Friday. Again, if you have something that you would worry about and you were freezing this morning, there at least will be a few spots in the valley close to freezing, I think, overnight tonight, tomorrow morning. So just FYI on that. Saturday, we cloud up during the day, some scattered PM showers into the night. Sunday, I've got partly cloudy right now, but remember, the European says we get some rain, so we're watching Sunday. Everything shows Monday's mostly sunny, 69. And then there's some PM showers that come in Tuesday, and then a chance of showers on Wednesday. Right now, a front, the Thursday following, looks to be likely rain. That Thursday following of next week, it's a ways out. Maybe things change. Maybe it doesn't hold together. But right now, there's a promise of a pretty good soak. So I'll be following that and see if that holds true. Again, I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. Thanks for hitting the subscribe button. That helps me out. If you haven't done it, please do so. That will notify you when I post. And for now, I'll wish you a really nice night and enjoy the sunshine tomorrow.